Part 2 of several. This is going to be my women's fiction haul. I'm back today with my second part of 4 different hauls. If you missed the first video, I hauled a group of thriller and horror, but I'm back today with some women's fiction. As usual, all books will be linked down below so that you can sort of peruse at your leisure, and I'm going to go in no particular order. And the first book that I'm going to talk about is this one. This is Jane Fallon's Queen Bee. Now, it's been no secret on my channel that I love Jane Fallon. I've read a lot of her books, and I really like her writing style. It says, "Welcome to the Close, a beautiful street of mansions where gorgeous Stella is the indisputable queen bee." However, in Stella's neighbourhood, Laura arrives, and Laura has just recently is suffering from a failed marriage, and so she's moved somewhere to enjoy a bit of peace and tranquility. However, her arrival upsets Stella, who thinks that Laura has designs on her fiancé Al. However, Laura stumbles upon a secret about Al, and when she finds it, Laura's future is threatened and Stella's perfect life is threatened, all by this secret. And it says, taking a chance on beating Al at his own twisted game, these two former strangers are fast becoming friends. But has Laura forgotten that revenge always comes with a sting in the tail? Can't wait to read this. I love Jane Fallon. The next book that I've got is this one. This is After the End by Claire McIntosh. This is about Max and Pip. They're the strongest couple that anybody knows, but they are facing a decision that they don't agree on, and it is perhaps the most important decision of their lives. And it says, with the consequences of this impossible decision that they have to make weighing heavily on them, nothing will ever be the same again. I'm not sure how this is going to be. I can't imagine it's going to be sort of thick with the laughs. And I don't think I've read a Claire McIntosh book before, although I'm sure that I have one on my shelves somewhere, which is a bit awkward. But I'm really interested in reading this and finding out just what this decision is and what they do. Next, we've got The Things That We Left Unsaid by Emma Kennedy. And this is about Rachel, whose upcoming marriage is cancelled hours before she's due to walk down the aisle, and she ends up living back with her mother Eleanor. But Rachel and Eleanor don't exactly see eye to eye. They've got a very complicated relationship, and their home together is filled with secrets. And it takes a devastating turn of events for Rachel to start to unravel what is in Eleanor's past and find out the secret that Eleanor has held for decades. I'm interested in reading this because I really like things that play on a mother-daughter relationship, and I like this sort of the idea of trouble brewing. So this really interests me, so I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Next book that I've got really excited about, this is Jenny Colgan's The Bookshop on the Shore. If it's about books, I'm there, and I have previously read one Jenny Colgan. It was An Island Christmas it was called, and I absolutely loved it. And this is about Zoe, who's struggling through her life as a single mum in London, and her little boy, who's the light of her life, is refusing to speak, and suddenly the landlord raises the rent. But then the opportunity arises to run away, move to Scotland, and help run a bookshop in the Highlands, and she thinks this might be the perfect fresh start that her and her son might need. Yet the owner's quite moody and distant, and she wonders whether she's made the right choice in the move. I'm guessing that Zoe and Ramsey are eventually going to end up being an item. That's the way this builds up to me. I haven't read many romance books, if I'm honest, but after reading Beach Read, I am just really excited to maybe read some more romance. And it's set in Scotland, which just calls to me. I love anything set in Scotland, so I can't wait to read this one. And the final book that I have is this one by Dawn French. This is According to Yes. And this says, Manhattan's wealthy Upper East Side has its own rigid code of behaviour, one strictly adhered to by the Wilder Bingham family. Emotional displays are unacceptable, unruly behaviour is definitely not welcome, and fun, no thanks. So when Rosie Kitto, an eccentric primary school teacher from England, bounces into this fortress of restraint with a heart as big as the city, the family quickly discovers that she hasn't yet read the rulebook. After a lifetime of saying no, what happens when everyone starts saying yes? I'm interested to read this because I haven't actually read many books set in New York or in Manhattan or in that sort of general area, even though it would seem sort of a very likely place to set a book, but like I've picked up many books involved in that area, so it sounds interesting to me, and I'm obviously interested to see how sort of the English person in Manhattan plays out. It sounds interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So as usual, let me know if you've read any of them, let me know if you're going to, and stay tuned for part 3, which is going to be a classics haul, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.